Many Minnesota doctors are doing exactly what they should do financially. They earn well, they save consistently, they invest thoughtfully. Over time, that creates meaningful wealth. But there's a conversation that often gets delayed: estate tax planning. At Yanowitz Law Firm, we regularly work with doctors and their families. And one pattern that we see is that estate tax exposure often builds quietly, not because of a mistake, but because no one identified the issue early enough. The challenge is that growth doesn't feel like a problem. A larger retirement account, a growing brokerage portfolio, appreciating real estate. Individually, each piece makes sense, but collectively, it can push an estate into a range where taxes become a real consideration. Without a coordinated strategy, that can lead to overpaying without even realizing it. We often see plans that are simple and clean, everything passing outright to the surviving spouse, for example. That works in the short term, but over time, it can concentrate assets and reduce flexibility for future planning. Or situations where no proactive steps were taken earlier, when more options were available. Again, nothing is obviously wrong. The plan just hasn't been optimized. Here's a common scenario. A doctor couple builds wealth steadily over decades. They have retirement accounts, investments, and real estate. They have basic estate planning documents in place. But when the first spouse passes, everything transfers smoothly, but no adjustments are made. By the time the second spouse passes, the estate is significantly larger and fewer options remain. That's where we see unnecessary tax exposure. The key shift is this: estate planning isn't about reacting later. It's about recognizing growth early and structuring around it over time. For doctors especially, wealth tends to build in ways that aren't always obvious in the moment. But the long-term impact is. If your net worth has been steadily increasing and estate tax planning hasn't been part of the conversation, it may be worth taking a closer look. And if you're not sure whether this even applies to you, that's often the right place to start.